We love hip hop.
Praying and things are going to turn around, and I'm gonna pray for prosperity, because like I feel like that was kind of like where I kind of started dividing on the road, right? Because I'll be like, pray for prosperity, and I'm like, yo, I'm still broke.
I believe in manifestation, so like I don't do like traditional prayer where like I'm down on my knees, like, oh please God, you know what I mean? But like I do put what I want into the universe, like I do like if something good happens, I'll be like, oh Ja, respect, you did that one,
Yeah,
and then if I'm doing like if things are going bad, I'll be like, yo Ja, wagwan, you know what I mean? But I don't like do traditional prayer.
Okay, but like you're in a tough situation, and you're like, God, please get me out of this situation, and then you find yourself like still in the situation.
Yeah, no, I would never say God get me out of this. I will.
You never. You've been to jail. You've never been like, God, please get me out of these walls, and then you're like, 1 week later, you're still there, fam.
Nah, but I did tell Ja, like, yo, when I get out of the bin, I am going to find the same success I found through scamming. I'm gonna find that through music. Just show me the signs of what I need to do, and then I feel like the universe came through. You know what I mean? Like when I came out the bin, low key COVID happened, which was kind of blessed because I had like a few years.
My bad.
I like some theme music. So I had like a few years where like I was still, because I was on EI. So I was still getting paid, but I was able to do content. And then I was watching Gary Vee, and Gary Vee was like, oh, post on TikTok, blah, blah, blah. Started posting on TikTok, blew up like basically instantly. So I feel like the universe kind of set the path forth, but I still had to take the steps. I still had to put in the work. You know what I mean?
Don't worry, I got you.
This is the heritage of the service of the Lord.
Cheers.
This is of me, said the Lord.
When I was blind and I needed.
This is natural in itself.
Lord, give me a sign.
I really need to talk to you, Lord, because the last time we talked, the walk has been hard, and I know you haven't left me, but I feel like I'm alone.
You know the bars to this too, eh?
But I'm still not broke. I still gonna do it. Pain and the hurt.
What?
Soaking up struggle like the rain in the dirt.
What? In the name of Jesus.
That's what you were saying in the cell over there?
No, real shit, bro.
Lord, give me a sign.
No, real talk, bro. Because I feel like, well, we all have God within us. Even in the Bible, it says like we are made in His image or whatever.
Okay.
So I feel like, anything is possible, and the universe will show us like what we need to do. We just can't like resist it, Like a lot of the times we try to do what we want to do instead of what we need to do.
Yeah.
Type thing,
So man didn't believe in the Bible?
I do.
Like, because like a lot of those stories people have said, like at this point in time, it's kind of dated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how you get two people, Adam and Eve, and then all of a sudden a whole population of the human race has been created off of them fucking because she ate the apple.
Well, keep in mind, after they were banished from the Garden of Eden, and they had kids, those kids married with, I don't know if it was Canaanites or like some other group that already existed.
So then what the hell was the point of the story of the beginning, the Genesis, then, if people already existed?
I think if you want to get like deep into like the spiritual matter of it, like I think there were already beings inhabiting the earth. And then there was like a separate section of which was the Garden of Eden where like we didn't know good and evil.
Yakub.
I don't think it's Yakub.
I don't know, bro. I feel like there's Bible coping going on right now.
Definitely.
From what I understand, the first two people on earth were Adam and Eve. And then after they were banished from the Garden of Eden, like you just said, then all of a sudden there was other people there. And it's like, wait a minute. Where did these other people come from? Like, you guys are already contradicting yourself in the first few chapters.
I feel like the Bible is like allegorical.
Yeah.
So I feel like you kind of...
Sorry, I'm kind of dumb. Allegorical.
like
some allegory.
Yeah, like you can't take it literally.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like mythological, but it's the type of myth that informs society of like different moral values. So for example, for us, the downfall was our desire to know good and evil, right? And then I feel like once we want to know good and evil, that's when the Anunnaki started like pushing us into certain directions, giving us like knowledge and like human knowledge, but we were at one with God and nature prior to that.
So The Anunnakis are in the Bible though.
They are Nephilim.
Jeez.
See,
They
this
were-
guy's a theological
Nephilim.
expert here, bro.
Yeah.
And don't put this guy in a what is a religious Jeopardy game, right?
No, but I think the Nephilim were like half Anunnaki or half fallen angel, half humans. They were like interbreeding, and we would get a lot of like secret information, like esoteric knowledge. But honestly, a lot of it is like you're saying, allegorical. But I think a lot of it is kind of prophetic because there are a lot of like historical instances that were predicted in the Bible that kind of came true.
Give me one.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you do believe that like the real Israelites are so-called like FBAs or like Black or Native or Hispanic, it's like because they disobeyed the laws, they'd be like sent as slaves with a ship. They would go to Egypt, but Egypt is like code for like, I guess like slavery or whatever.
Yeah.
To a land they know not, to serve their enemy. They're gonna like your brother will be like lusting after like your wife and stuff. Like there'll be like there's just a lot. Like if you look at the curses of Deuteronomy,
yeah.
but you only can. To me, it only makes historical sense when it's applied to that group of people. When you apply it to like what we call Jewish people today, it's like, bro, like you guys would get sunburned if you guys were in Egypt, bro. Like,
But didn't they go through their own form of like,
one thing?
That is true. But I will say,
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
with the Bible, because like I feel like niggas was doing their own shit. You know what I mean? Like they had African spirituality, and then like the tribes were doing their own thing, and then of course with the New Testament, what is it, like the Romans or whatever, like went around and like I guess forced it upon people. So I feel like
missionary missions or whatever.
Yeah. So I feel like what Christianity is today. Okay, how do I want to say this? Because I do believe that like having a moral code is good, you know, no matter what it is. But I do feel like it was kind of set up to like make Black people like praise the white man. You know what I mean? Because like at first the image of Jesus was like this white guy with like
Caesar Borgia, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like I feel like it was kind of put into Black homes to like, oh, don't look at your dad as like your leader, you know, like don't look at any Black men in your community as a leader. Like look outside of yourself. Look at like, or look towards the white man for your salvation type thing.
The blue-eyed white man.
You know?
There's definitely symbolism there that was used, especially during colonization. And they would go to these, like even like in South America, they're going to these places. These guys are like seeing these knights pull up like this white skin. It was like weird, right?
Yeah,
and then they kind of, their goal was to civilize the savage, even though those civilizations were already thriving.
They're already doing their own thing.
You know?
Yeah.
But I do want to add that like I do think there was a group of Black people that were outside of African spirituality that like Africans, when Africans had slaves, they had Black slaves too.
Yeah.
It was like Black wasn't like a monolith. It was like by tribe or whatever.
Yeah. I actually kind of, well, I knew this before, but I got to see it more in that movie, The Woman King.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, they were showing like the slave trade that was going on and like how like in Africa, like it was kind of like, it was like betting almost, or like, you know, they were doing bids on different slaves and stuff like that, and their own people were selling them.
And it was Black slaves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's who the Europeans bought the slaves from. Like I don't think the Europeans like captured these people. Like they were already slaves in whatever African civilization they were in. So then it leads to the question, if you look at it through the lens of the Bible, which group would be enslaved because, you know, they didn't keep their end of the covenant? It was so-called, you know, Hebrew Israelites.
You might got the
Kyrie Irving and the Mandela.
You're Benjamite.
Salute to all the FBAs watching.
Shout out my naturalites.
The naturalites.
We
Thanks
love
for
hip-hop.
watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.